Hey, it's me, Straz. Welcome back to the video patch notes. We're going to be trying something new in this one. Specifically, after the patch notes, I'm going to answer some of your most asked questions. Will VRChat ever have DMs or some sort of messaging service? This first time, I'll be answering some of the most asked questions from our Twitch stream, which, by the way, happens at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every Friday. In the future, though, I'll answer questions that you leave in the comments. So if you've got a good question, toss it in the comments. Anyway, it's 2025.3.2. Let's get into it. First up, a new feature, drone customization. When we released the camera drone, we heard almost immediate feedback that folks wanted to customize their drone. Well, now you can. You can find the drone under cosmetics in the inventory. Here, you can customize the colors of your drone, as well as your controller. You can pick multiple colors, which will modify different parts of the drone, as well as its trail. But that's not the only way you can customize your drone. Introducing the Trace Drone. The Trace Drone is a new drone variant we're providing to VRChat Plus subscribers. To gain access to the Trace Drone, you have to be a VRC Plus subscriber and log into VRChat to claim it before the end of September. The Trace Drone has a bit of a cyberpunk theme. We think it's pretty cool. Oh, and just like the regular drone, you can customize this one too. Feel free to change its colors to whatever you'd like. On to changes and fixes. Added a reduce menu animations toggle under accessibility settings. This eliminates a lot of the larger menu animations, fade-ins, fade-outs to allow the menu to be somewhat snappier. Added a microphone test button to the audio settings page. This allows you to hear how you sound to others, featuring a neat UI showing your levels.
Guys, can you hear me, guys? Guys, is this working? Is this working?
We reworked the camera metadata change from the last patch. We've now added in a new setting to the camera UI to toggle whether world and author metadata will be attached to photo files. This toggle only affects whether XMP metadata is attached to photo files when you save them to your local device. If a world is private, its ID and name are not written. Only the ID and name of the user who captured the photo, the author, is recorded. We don't write any other player's information to the file. Prints still send world and author information to the server to support sharing features. If you save a local copy of a print, this toggle determines whether that information is written to the file or not. Menu alerts should now render on top of all UI elements, including the yellow new feature callout flags. Instance and population indicators on menu world instance cells should no longer occasionally overflow or look jumbled up. The depth of field effect is now available on Android Mobile and standalone VR. Note that this can be a very performance-intensive option, so keep that in mind when you're trying to take an 8K picture. You can no longer click through the main menu header background onto selectable objects behind it. A new inventory shortcut icon button was added to the top of the quick menu to open up the inventory main menu. A new calendar shortcut has been added to the top of the quick menu, allowing users to open the event calendar. Bundles and Packs tab in the inventory menu now remains accessible when empty. Clicking a launch world link on the VRChat website while VRChat is running will now navigate to the world instance details in the main menu. Sorting avatar lists by date added now refers to the date that the avatar was added to that list rather than the upload date of the avatars themselves. Avatars will appear in order of newest, added to the list first. VRC avatar parameter drivers can now use VRChat's built-in parameters as sources. Fix the View Fallback Details button on the quick menu selected user page. It should now be fully interactable when viewing a user wearing a fallback avatar and should no longer display a slightly transparent performance indicator within the button. Fixed an issue in the main menu social tab that allowed users without instance moderator privileges to see which users were blocking them. Users that do have instance moderator privileges, like group moderators or instance owners, should still see the blocked by list. Adjusted the position of the Try On button for marketplace avatars due to feedback. Added a tile at the end of avatar lists that redirects to the Explore tab. Fixed main menu world author and instance owner text layout sizes so that their click area is more consistent. The quick menu is now the correct size for VRChat when flipped. He's just hanging out, man. Fixed a bug where group toggles would not load immediately in the event calendar filters. Fixed a few issues with text wrapping during the VRC Plus gifting process. Added an items wing menu that you can use to quickly place and remove items you own from the wings of the quick and main menu. The side list on the event calendar page now remembers its scroll bar position. The added event tag now updates when backing out of the event details page after adding or removing the event from your calendar. Increase the resolution of the group icon outline on the event calendar. Long group names and languages now truncate correctly in the event filter settings for the event calendar. World Favorites list name max lengths and the client now match the website, 20 characters. We fixed an issue with the buttons within the World's Favorite list setting side panel that prevented them from consistently registering clicks. Slightly adjusted World Favorites list titles within the wings and main menu sidebar buttons so that they fit better. Region options found within the Create New Group instance flow now have tooltips that properly reflect each region's name. Adjust the size of the Report and Expand to main menu buttons on the quick menu header to be more consistent. We added new labels on individual products to clarify their type, avatar, world perk, etc. The info text on the camera is now clickable. When selected, it cycles through available options for that setting. The Send Invite button on a user's profile page should no longer be blocked out by default if they have sufficient permissions to join your group instance. The Avatar Details page preview window has been adjusted to match the My Current Avatar page more closely. Adjusted Avatar Height text field to prevent it from colliding with the Imposter preview toggle. Added tooltips to the main menu Avatar page navigation bar buttons. Fixed an issue with world portals that could cause them to sometimes try and send you to a closed instance. Optimized object highlighting when an interactable pickup object and an item removal in the action menu are selected at the same time. Slightly improved VRChat's launch time. Various UI styling fixes, and assorted localization updates. And that's it for changes and fixes. Here's where I remind you to read the full patch notes if you want to know what's going on in VRChat land. But, like I said at the intro, we're not done today. Let's answer some questions. As a reminder, these are some of the most common questions we've heard during our Twitch stream. Next time, we'll take them from the comments, so ask there. Let's get started. What's coming next for the Avatar Marketplace? We're still actively working on it. We've been working on polishing up some less visible stuff on the back end, as well as making smaller user experience tweaks. We're hopeful that the next thing we'll be able to get in there is a better filtering system. We currently know that it's hard to browse for an avatar. We want to fix that. The event calendar is great, but I don't want to make an event every week for my group. Will we ever get automation? We've heard this piece of feedback a lot. While we don't have any plans to share, we've heard a lot of requests for automation, or at least a way to have something akin to a repeat event. We've also heard that groups who co-host events want some sort of solution for that too. Once again, nothing to say yet, but we're definitely hearing your feedback. Do you have any updates on Soba? Soba, VRChat scripting language designed to take Udon to the next level, is making good progress. Generally though, if you want updates for more tactical or creator-focused things, it's a good idea to check out the developer update posts on our Ask forums, which you can find every other Thursday. In general though, stay tuned. Do you have any updates on Steam Audio? Steam Audio has been in open beta for a few months now. If you're not familiar with what Steam Audio is, it's a new audio spatializer that we're hoping to switch to, which has a number of benefits for VRChat and eventually for creators. We think it's coming along nicely. Behind the scenes, we've been testing a few specific options to preserve as much as the current VRChat audio experience as possible. Once again though, if you want specific news, check out the developer update. Will VRChat ever have DMs or some sort of messaging service? This is a common request. A lot of folks want to be able to message their friends to let them know where they are, or that they'd like to see them in VRChat. We get that. A system like this would introduce a lot of added complexity though. Is it worth it? We're not sure, especially when other solutions exist like Discord. That doesn't mean that we're ruling it out totally though, but right now it's not on our roadmap. When will people be able to make items? We know that everybody really wants to make items, and we kind of imagined that would happen as soon as we started prototyping them internally. But we got a long way to go before we're really able to answer this question. Items introduced a lot of questions to VRChat. What should be limited to an avatar world versus an item? What about moderation? What about performance? And so on. The more you think about it, the more you find more rabbit holes. Items would be a system as complicated and as impactful as avatars or worlds. That's huge. For that reason, we're going to take our time, play with things ourselves, and see what happens. Don't expect to hear more about this until next year, to say the least. When is VRChat on iOS coming out? Hopefully soon. It's coming along. Keep an eye out. What are the plans for age verification? Right now, we don't have much to say. We've had a lot of people ask us, essentially, when will it be free for everyone? Honestly, the answer is it probably won't be. Age verification costs us money, and opening it up to everyone is just something we can't do right now. We'd like an easier way to get folks verified, We want it to be used as widely as possible. There's definitely other possibilities we're considering so that people can get age verified easier and for a lower cost. And we've been exploring those in the background. We'll let you know when we figure out what we're going to do. And that's it. Of course, if you have a question you want answered next time, toss it in the comments. We'll see you then. Bye.